You ready?
Yeah.
Yo. Welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Moses?
It's good, man. If you guys go back to the last interview, you see we still got the same clothes on. We didn't take showers for a week.
What? I took a shower. I just have.
But you just put on the same clothes.
No, I have multiple of the same thing.
Your cartoon goes to the closet, got black shirts, gray sweatpants.
Yeah, white socks. I dress like Steve Jobs, so I wear the same thing, so I don't waste time thinking of what I'm gonna wear. Do you know that's interesting? I always thought that's phony.
What's up?
Because picking clothes for me doesn't take long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? 5 minutes, if that. I already got an idea really, when I go into the closet, I already have an idea what I want to wear. I'm just looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, those people that say, like, I wear the same thing every day or, like, the type of same thing every day so I don't have to think about what I have to wear because I'm using time to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It's kind of like the person that say I'm trying to save money. That's why I don't buy plastic bags at the grocery store. The plastic bags at the grocery store is 15 cents, if that.
That's not what they're trying to say, but yeah, I hear what you say.
Okay.
I think the idea behind that is because they make so many decisions, they try to limit other decisions.
It's just a shirt and pants.
But they say I'm tired. They too tired because they making so many decisions throughout the day. And like I just don't want to think about it.
That sounds like they need to relinquish some power, some decision making. So you get fit some decisions to pick a shirt. Other than that, how's everything going so far?
Going well, man.
You have to think of something new since it's this second episode of the same day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. We telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going well, man. Yeah. Nah. Life is still beautiful.
Like you looking forward to Thanksgiving?
I am. I think the family's coming here, so that's gonna be cool.
That gonna be lit.
How about you? Anything special for Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah. I'm breaking my keto on Thanksgiving.
Where you going?
I'm going to my girl's family. And
any dishes you excited to eat?
Well, I'm cooking 2 dishes.
Oh wow.
So excited? No, I'm just excited to eat carbs. Excited to eat,
Necessary. Carbs are necessary.
Yeah, they are. If you want to live heavy and things like that.
You want to live heavy?
Yeah, I definitely want to live heavy. I haven't lived heavy in a while. You know what I'm saying?
How's your energy? Is your energy?
My energy is good when I'm not lifting.
Okay.
But other than that, my energy is pretty good. I'm doing a new challenge with my lady. 1,000 steps on the Stairmaster. So.
Yeah, I need it.
That's gonna suck.
I need to up my workout. I started working my hamstrings because I'm taking it easy on my legs for the rest of the year. At first, I was just doing squats and sprints, but now I'm doing some Romanian deadlifts.
Oh, nice.
Doing a little the seated leg curl when you pull it back. My hamstrings are a little sore right now.
That's interesting. I never knew you to be an isolated exercise person.
I'm not, but I was reading once, like, if you're plateauing a lot, then you probably need to do a little bit of, like... Gotta treat that muscle specifically. So right now I'm taking a break from, like, heavy lifting. So since I'm taking a break, I might as well get my low reps in. My high reps, low weight in.
I feel you. There's a video, which I'm sure y'all saw at the beginning, if I put it at the beginning, about this guy, and he brought up an interesting point when it comes to social media. And he said a line, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, "We are not colonizing land anymore." He said, "Now we're colonizing people's attention."
They're coming for every second of your life. That's what these companies are coming to. This company as well. And it's not because anyone is bad. It's not because anyone in this company has evil plans or is trying to do this. They're not even doing it consciously. It's because these companies like Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and everything, they went public and they went to shareholders. So they have to grow. Their entire models are based off of growth. They cannot stay stagnant. Twitter grossed $4-5 billion last year. It is in the red. It is unprofitable. It has to get more of you. No matter how nice it's trying to be, it is all that they're trying to get more engagement from you. we used to colonize land. That was the thing you could expand into, and that's where money was to be made. We colonized the entire earth. There was no other place for the businesses and capitalism to expand into, and then they realized human attention, that they are now trying to colonize every minute of your life. That is what these people are trying to do. Every single free moment you have is a moment you could be looking at your phone and they could be gathering information to target ads at you. That's what's happening. So like, as much as we can, as have really good conversations and try to humanize the conversations, the like mechanism of the business is rolling towards that just because of the market. So like, it's coming. It's coming for every free second you have. And that's dark. That's really, really dark and scary. And for someone like me, I grew up a little bit on the internet. And I felt the repercussions of it. I suffer from anxiety. So I know where it leads. And I'm saying, like, you don't want this. Trust me. Like, you're not going to feel good about yourself. And you know it. The kids know it. Like, the whole joke on the internet is everyone's like, this place sucks, right? I mean, like, that's like kind of the thing. That's why their memes are all ironic and detached and self-referential and 12 layers deep, because truth is completely dead to them and they know it. They look at the president, they look at the culture, they go, what the hell is this? They look at like Coca-Cola commercials that are winking at them and smiling, and they go like, forget it, So like, ugh, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Meaning these big companies like Twitter, YouTube, they went public. So there's a certain quota that they have to meet. They have to make money. They have to have people on their podcast. They have to make a profit every year. And in order to make a profit, they need people on their podcast. They need engagement on their podcast. So they are basically
platform.
On their platform, excuse me. And they need your attention. Any free time that you have, without you even knowing it subconsciously, to make even time go by, I pull out my phone. I go on Twitter. I don't go on TikTok, but I go on Twitter. What is your thought about colonizing attention and where we are in the state of social media today with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been a common, it's been a common, I was going to say a common threat, but a thing that people have been talking about for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the term that people like to call it is the attention economy, where social media platforms try to get you spend more time on their platforms so they can show you more ads, right? So the longer you are on TikTok or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, the more ads they could show you, which means more money or revenue come in, because that's how a lot of these platforms make most of their money.
True.
And so the issue, though, is that a lot of these apps make you a little addictive because they want to squeeze out as much time as they possibly can from you as you get on these platforms, which then has a reverse effect, because then people are now on these platforms a lot longer than they wish they were.
Yeah.
And so it's like this addictive, element to it, so they can make more money, but which has a negative effect on their users.
On my phone, there's something that pops up like at the end of the week or something like that, or maybe it's the end of the day. I think mine's is at the end of the week. It lets me know how much screen time I've been on there and stuff like that. And I every week it's like a goal to bring whatever number I had this week, next week to bring it lower and lower. It's to the point to where I don't know if there's a way to revert this.
What do you mean?
I think we're too far in with social media platforms. Mm-hmm. More social media platforms is being created. TikTok just popped off and things like that.
Yeah.
At one point, they was trying to get off Clubhouse and things like that. If y'all remember Clubhouse, if y'all still on Clubhouse, more social media platforms is going to be created, and time is not being added in a day. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not like, oh, okay, with one extra platform, we add 4 hours in a day for you. Mm. Like, what is the? I know a couple episodes ago you was talking about the things that you do. about treating treats as treats. As in, when you have a break, it'd be like an active break. It's not so much of a break to where you just automatically just scroll on Twitter for an hour. But that doesn't mean you're like anti-Twitter. That doesn't mean you're anti-YouTube. It just means like, oh, I'm being intentional with my time. What is the goal, or what is the cure to this problem that they are trying to basically colonize your attention? The guy even said it. He said, we think this is a good thing, but really it leads to a dark place. Mental health, no matter how broad it is, the spectrum can be as broad as it want to be. Mental health is a big thing for us. People are already addicted to drugs by itself, and to now
legalize drugs,
and now to add an element to like being addicted to something that's, in my opinion, shouldn't be that addictive. It's not a drug. It's not crack. It's not weed. It's not cocaine.
But not only drugs can be addictive, gambling can be addictive.
Exactly.
Sugar can be addictive.
Sugar is definitely addictive. I miss carbs. So it's like, where do we go from here?
I don't know if there's a place we could go, but there's things you could do. I mean, you still got control over your own phone. Like, nobody's putting a gun to your head and saying scroll. I think the issue is that a lot of people, especially kids, they don't know that it's addictive. And because they don't know that it's addictive, they get lost in it. Whereas, like, people like, I don't know if you limit yourself from social media, but me and my girl, like, we have, what's it called, limits on a lot of the social media apps, and only each other knows the password. So, like, if I run, so I only have an hour for all my social media apps altogether. So YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook are all 1 hour. So if I use 20 minutes of Instagram and then 30 minutes of YouTube, and then another 10 minutes of Facebook, then I'm done with all 4 apps.
You're done for the day.
I can't use anything else. Oh, I can't use those 4 apps. And I can't get back in because only my girl knows the password to get back in. So
was there ever a moment where you was like, hey, can you put the password in?
Yeah, we around each other. We put the password in, and then give each other like 15 minutes left, or
like okay now 15 minutes. Did she put the password in?
No, it gives you the option.
Oh, okay,
so you
okay.
can click 15 minutes or an hour or for the rest of the day.
My lady is not doing that in the least a bit.
That's fair. I think so. There's things you could do because it is addictive. Like, you could get lost in Twitter, you could get lost in TikTok, you could get lost in a lot of these social media apps, and it's designed for that. It's designed to be like that, so they could collect more information, which gives them more information for the ads. The ads are better able to target the ads to you, and then collect more money and then the platform is able to collect more money because they're putting more ads on their platform. And so it's supposed to be addictive. It's supposed to keep your attention. It's supposed to collect more attention. So, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I think I have to get off of social media. I think that's the only way to. And it's crazy because when I think of social media, I think of Twitter and like Instagram. I don't think of YouTube. Because YouTube, for some reason, like, there's something enjoyable about watching something. And it doesn't make it feel like you're not doing anything. Like, when you're scrolling and looking at tweets, like, you know you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But when you're watching, like, a video, it's like, I'm doing something.
I'm learning something.
Exactly.
I'm watching something.
I'm over here watching anything on YouTube. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for some reason, it doesn't feel like my time is wasted and things like that. But I am concerned about the next generation, or even the generation after next, to where he said it gets to a dark place. And I'm like, if everyone's in a dark place, is it considered still dark? Meaning, like, if everybody's messed up.
No philosopher.
If everybody's messed up, now the one who's not messed up, something will be, he stands out now, or they stand out now. Because they're not the norm. So it's like, for example, I said a couple episodes ago, mental health. If there's nothing wrong with you, or if you don't meditate, or if you don't do something that quote unquote benefits your mental health, you're viewed as an outsider. Compared if you was to listen to the echo chamber and stuff like that. People like, listen here, I do self-care and stuff like that. I straight take off of work. I do a spa day. I do these things. I meditate. I journal. I do all these things. And they say, what do you do for your mental health, Chris? I say, I don't have no problem with my mental health. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you got to do something. You definitely holding something in. Like you have to do some type of self-care. I'm like, I don't have a routine. I just go to work, come home, I chill. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't do anything. I sound abnormal. And I'm like, yo, if we're colonizing attention, what's next? Once they have our attention, what's next? Dude, like, they have our money now? Like, they already got that with the ads, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what's next after attention? Because at first they thought, hey, we got all the land, there's nothing else to get. Now they're like, we getting the attention. Now I really don't know what's next.
What do you mean?
Like, they already succeeded with the land, they already succeeded with the attention. What is the next thing to colonize?
Oh, you saying what to colonize?
Yeah.
I don't know. They already succeed with land. I know the guy said they already bought all the land. Is that true? I don't know how true that is. But I mean, if you have land and they're not making any more land, then you just spend more money on the land that you have. It's the same thing with attention. If there's not more attention to be made, then you increase the amount of money. So the thing is like, who has the most attention, right? Or who has the ability to gather the most attention? Mm-hmm. Probably YouTube or Facebook, right? Those are probably the two, or Instagram, or maybe even TikTok now. I don't know. One of these things.
I think it's TikTok.
So whatever platform has the most attention and can be directed, because now when you talk about TikTok, does TikTok have knowledge about what you like? Mm-hmm. Does it have knowledge about who your friends are?
Yes,
what
sir.
school you go to?
Mm-hmm. My contacts, all that stuff.
I don't think it does, but Facebook does. And so it's like, okay, which one has the most attention? That's one factor. The other one is who has the best information about the individual. The data. How accurate is the data, I guess. And then 3 is like, what kind of ads can I show them? Can I show them visual ads? Can I show them sound ads? Can I show them just pictures? Can I show them? So what is there a multiple of different forms, and how easy it is for me to put up those ads? Those are the 3 factors, right? The thing, though, is that so now those are the 3 factors. If you're a company and you have all these different organizations you have Twitter. Twitter has probably the least amount of users and doesn't have accurate data. You have Facebook, the most amount of users, but most of them are not as active as like an Instagram or a TikTok, but they have accurate data. Their data is pretty good. Then you have Instagram. It has a good amount of data. It has a good amount of users, active users anyways, but the data is okay. The data is okay.
It's not as good as Facebook.
It's not as good as Facebook, but it's okay. But you could link it to Facebook. And so a lot of people, Instagram is linked to their Facebook, which makes the data pretty good. And then you got TikTok, which data, I don't know how the data works in TikTok, but they know what videos you kind of like. And based off of that, they can make some guesses as to what you like. So the data is okay.
You like puppies? We're going to show you puppies.
Yeah. You like puppies. You like this. We know this person, your data is kind of familiar with this person who also like puppies, and this person also likes hamsters. So we're going to show you hamsters. Here's how you could get hamsters. Or guinea pigs. And so they're able to make guesses based off of what other people like, if your likes are as similar as this person. And they have a good amount of users, right? Now, if you're a company, you have to decide. If you have a lot of money, then you could put it all over, right? But you probably put the most at Facebook, maybe. Second most on TikTok. Third most on Instagram. And the last on Twitter. But this is all based off of who has the best data and who has the most attention. And so that's what a lot of companies are trying to do. They're like, you know what? Getting accurate data is hard, right? This is not like 2008 where everybody's just putting their information up now. A lot of people are not putting their real name.
Especially since Facebook already got in trouble one time.
A lot of people are not putting, you know what? Cool. All right, after we're just going to worry about attention. And then we're just going to guess what they like. because you can make some pretty good guesses based on behavior. It's like, okay, they doing this, they like these, they doing here. You can make some guesses, and so I think a lot of companies nowadays, because having great data is harder than just making great guesses. They're just like, let's just get as much attention and as much as people watching our stuff or using our stuff as possible.
Is the root of all of this the smartphone? Because like
it makes it easier.
Okay.
But I would say the smartphone is making people rethink. So recently, Apple has, if you notice, I don't know if you upgrade your phone recently, but Apple has it when you download an app and you go to the app, it says, do you want this app to track your data?
Yeah, allow track or something like that. Yeah.
A lot of people probably say no.
I say no all the time.
So what Facebook is doing called the metaverse, where they're like, okay, since most people are using our app through these things, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this because it's too late to enter the phone market. Apple got it, Google got it, Samsung got it. Let's not even worry about it. And the thing about Samsung got the hardware, they don't got the software. Only Apple and Google, because Android is Google, right? And so that's what. So Facebook is like, okay, what we going to invest in? We're going to invest in the next field. VR, right? And we could pour lots of money in the VR. We could probably get so much ahead from everybody else who are still doing stuff on the app, who's still in the real world. We would get the VR. And maybe right now it looks ugly, right? It looks ugly.
It looks a little crazy.
It's like the big old phones that people used to have back in the day.
You on to something.
It's the big old phones, but eventually it's going to be like a little Cyclops thing.
It's going to be like X-Men? Glasses. It's going to be like,
remember X-Men? It's going to be the Cyclops thing. After the Cyclops, it's going to be like these glasses. And after the glasses, it's just going to be like a little thing here.
Yeah, then it's going to be contacts.
Then it's going to be contacts. And then no more VR. We don't even got to do VR. What we could do, we could have AR. AR is called augmented reality. I don't know if a lot of people know this.
I'm not hip.
So it's just VR in the real world. So what you would be able to see, let's say I wasn't here, right?
As in like you're not here.
I'm not here.
Okay.
You had the contacts in. I had my contacts in. I would appear under this chair. This chair is here. This table is here. This wood is here. You're here. I'm not here. But I would appear in this chair like I am. And where I'm sitting, you would appear in my chair where you are.
And I'm not there.
And you're not there.
Wow.
That's AR. That's not, no, that's like super futuristic AR.
That's Matrix.
What AR right now is just like, you remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Pokemon Go is AR.
Pokemon Go on like the phone.
Yeah.
Where like you were going out walking in real life.
Yeah, but you would see it in like
in the game itself, and you okay.
And the bow was in like the real world.
I'm over here in Canton, but really I'm somewhere in the game though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so AR could also be like, you could see words. If I was like, okay, what's this? I could see like play, pause, stop. I could press it and then it would pause that. And so I think that's the end goal. But if you spend a lot of money in VR, you could probably do AR. And so if you have AR and you have the hardware, you have the software, and you have the platform, which is what Facebook now called Metaverse or Meta is trying to do, then you could control all three. And so you don't have to have Apple stop people from tracking. You could get, well, you don't have the option, sir. I'm sorry. We're going to track you. We have the software to make sure we get every data. So anytime your eyes are flicking, we're going to see if you're watching the ad or not. If you don't watch the ad, we say, okay, this ad is not good.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like, nah, this guy doesn't like the ad because he keeps walking away. Versus someone's like, oh, this ad is interesting. Oh, they track how long you can actually see the ad because it's AR or VR, right? So now we have the software to determine that, and we have the platform for people to be able to filter their ads through the platform. And so that's what Facebook is doing, because now they realize that you need that pipeline, right? And so
they sound invasive though. Like it sounds intrusive.
You know.
But is there a side? And I'll actually let you go.
Yeah.
Is there a side that it's just like, hey, I just do it because it's fun, it's cool. I like Twitter. I like VR, and it's fun and things like that. But is there a such thing for a person to exist in that world? To be like, yeah, I'm on Twitter because it's fun. I'm not addicted to it, but I'm on it every day for hours.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like, hey, there's people that play board games like for 4 or 5 hours every day.
But a board game is not considered dangerous. Dude, you get what I'm saying? To where, like, for example, no one would allow an alcoholic to say, hey, I drink every day. I drink like four glasses or 4 whatever a day. Mm-hmm. And nobody said, but like, I'm not alcoholic. I just like alcohol. We'd be like, you're an alcoholic. Nobody says that about the board game. Is it possible for someone to do a social media like, hey, I like to be on Facebook, I like to be on Twitter, I like to be on TikTok, I like to be on Instagram for a majority of the day, but I'm not addicted to it. It's just fun to me.
Is it? I guess the question about addiction is it affecting your life?
Okay, like
in a negative way. Because I guess if you could drink alcohol all day, but you're still quote unquote healthy, you go to the doctor, they say your liver is good. You're not missing, dates or your kids. Basketball game or your wife's tea party. That's sexist, but your wife's bodybuilding competition.
Okay, you can't go straight the other way.
If you're not missing these things, man, do you have a problem? Probably not.
Probably not.
And I think it's the same thing with social media. If you're able to move around and you're not depressed and you're able to have fun and you really enjoy it, it's like, oh, I had a good day today. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. All those things, it was so good. If that's how you feel about your day afterwards, cool. And you still get all your other responsibilities done, cool. The reality is that's not the case for a lot of people. And going back to you saying it's invasive, I mean, these companies, they're really good at making you feel like you could trust them. The best one, like you said, is YouTube, which is owned by Google.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't feel like a social media company. But even Google, and I think I mentioned this before, Google is like, you ask Google so many things that only you would ask God.
You think so?
People go to Google and people don't realize this is a company that is storing your questions and your responses, your questions. But it's a very harmless type of UI user face, interface. It just has a bar. It says ask me anything. You say it just has Google. Sometimes it's like a art type of Google.
It's really depending what holiday it is. Like, oh, this
sometimes
cool.
It'd be random, But it's just a thing. Or you could just go to the URL. You don't even have to see that. You just go to the URL, type what you want. Sometimes people will type in like, "What does this bump on my groin mean?" You're not asking nobody that.
You ain't asking the doctor that. You ain't asking. You ain't asking that.
Sometimes people are trying to get away with murder, asking how many years does manslaughter give you? And so, what Google does, or how to break into your ex's or your ex's phone or whatever. Sometimes what Google does, it makes you feel like it's just a thing, like it's not a company. It's just a utility. It's a public good. It's like water. It's like air. It's just like public good. And it's like you going into like the those Catholics confessionals and you just asking anything and nobody's going to ever find out about it. But Google is making a very great list of what you search and what you look for on YouTube and on Google. And I think that's what these companies are really good at, is making you feel like you could trust them, one, and two, that this information is just going into the abyss.
Where it's not really going to a person that works in this department in this big company.
Like, there was a time on Facebook where it would ask you it would just simply ask you what do you like, and you would just take the poll.
Yeah, you'd be like, I like this movie, I like this show.
And you just do that over and over again. And then Facebook would just...
It seems fun because people like polls. Because they poll if people like polls. That is why... think of it as sports, and I know you don't watch sports. Think why every year or every 3 months you always see a poll of who is the best basketball player of all time. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kobe. Because 49. There are people smarter than you behind the scenes who already did the study of people like polls. Yeah. They don't like to vote. They don't like to come out and vote for election in their like city and in their county and you know stuff. But like if you ask them who the best player of all time, LeBron. You get what I'm saying? They love something like that. But that goes to the point. Maybe I spoke too soon because people like convenience more than they like convenience more than anything. Mm-hmm. So if you was able to bring the election to the house, would that bring out more votes and potentially, and you know, there's racism and everything, making it harder for certain communities to vote, and people not gonna go out and be like, I ain't standing in line for 2 hours. Most of these people don't got the job the way they could go walk away for 2 hours and stuff like that. But that is very interesting how you broke everything down from VR, AR, even something as simple as Twitter makes themselves. Twitter is like the most social media platform out of all of them. Like Twitter feels like social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it feels like social media.
And it's so crazy.
It's social.
YouTube is probably the biggest one out of all of them, maybe. And it doesn't feel like it's to the point. They are so good at covering their tracks, and I'm not trying to make it seem like they like got like an evil plan, like you know what I mean? Like no, I'm not, but they so good at it. They be like, what we gonna do? We gonna put YouTube TV. It's like you're watching TV. YouTube music. You know what I mean? But it's a social media platform.
I think it's because it's not as social. Like there's no groups, right? All the groups are centered around what people like to call orbitals, but centered around like content creators. Okay. Whereas like Instagram is not like that, right? Mm-hmm. Like the social aspect is in the comments on YouTube. Whereas you could make a comment on somebody's post, but you could also have your own. Usually, if you make a comment on somebody's post, usually you also have your own like page on IG. Yeah. And you have your own people commenting on you, and you're commenting on other friends' stuff. So it's not just in a box. Whereas YouTube, most of the people that are commenting usually don't have their own page. They have a page, but they ain't got videos.
But it's like a page like Google. It's it's not like a YouTube page, quote unquote. Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing about YouTube that makes it not feel like a social media company. But even if it's not quite, the traditional social media company,
they are still collecting data.
Collecting mad data, and they also working for your attention. Netflix is going to be on that train too.
You think so?
Yeah, right now it's subscription, but they're doing like ads on there. And anytime you have ads, they want attention. If there's ads on a social media platform, they want attention.
So y'all know what y'all gotta go to. Y'all gotta throw away y'all smartphones, throw away y'all VR sets, go back to a dumb phone. I think Matt D made a video of him going back to a phone that just is only thing he could do is just receive calls and make calls on it. I don't even think he could text on it. I think that's too much to the extreme. But that's an interesting thing that like is really the villain in all of this. Is smartphone? Is it convenience? Is it like something as simple as like, because I truly believe, and maybe it's the old way of thinking, that living in reality is the best reality to live in. You get what I'm saying? Like being here is better than being on my phone and being in Twitter and being whatever's going on in social media. But it's starting to bleed out now to where it's like, it's really, to your point, it's going to be virtual reality. It's going to be AR. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be the real thing. I think I was watching some type of meta thing, and then like we out of here, to where they actually want to like do classes in like the metaverse, to where you can learn to be a surgeon in the metaverse. No more practicing on real body. And guess what? They can sell it to you like it's safer because you're not really affecting nobody. Like you can make mistakes and things like that. But it's like, it's scary because it's new. You get what I'm saying? I really don't know. Like honestly, I'm still scared of cars, like the Tesla car. Yeah, like I'm still scared of those. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know if I'm making a boogeyman out of it, but I do believe my man who had that we posted in the clip, he has a point of like it's gonna get to a dark place, but it's gonna get dark before it gets light, if it gets light. And I think we really need to be intentional and have a fight for our own attention and things like that. You know what I mean?
I wonder if people felt the same way about houses.
What do you mean, like houses?
Like, people were like, why are we building these weird things? We have trees. We have caves. Why are you building huts?
You went way back.
But I always wonder, like, anytime there's new technology, like, is there always a fear? You know, for books, people didn't like books because they was like, oh, people going to forget. Your memory's going to go. Because back in the day, before they had books, they would just tell somebody, and that person would tell the next generation, and that generation would tell the next generation. And then they start writing books, and they're like, whoa. If you start writing books, how people going to remember stuff? Because everything's going to be in a book, and there'll be no point in remembering. And so it's like every time there's something new, there's a level of fear, which I understand, you know?
No, I understand. Listen here, you don't even got to go that far with books. Phone numbers. I don't remember nobody's phone number. Because I don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
But is that a good thing?
No.
It's not?
No.
Why not?
What if I get stranded and I need to call somebody?
911.
Okay.
Why you calling me?
Hello, this is a black guy. Can you send a black officer? I'm stranded on the highway.
Or, yeah.
Like,
311.
Do you know your mother's number by heart?
Mm-hmm.
Did, like, she had the same number forever?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know your lady number by heart?
No.
That's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, but, like, you could probably get a phone charger anywhere. Like, all the cars have, like, the USB. You don't have a phone charger with your car. That's a problem.
I just learned my lady number.
Oh, 5 years, yo.
I just learned that, Joy. 6 years, next couple months. I just learned that, Joy. And the only reason why I learned it is because I signed up for coupons in like the grocery store. So like whenever I go to the grocery store, I put a number. I put a number in. So like as many times I go to the grocery store, I just started to remember it because I kept doing it.
Should get all the scam calls. It's like, hey, I don't know why all this potential scam.
I was like, I don't know. They calling me too, baby. Boy, but you got anything else, man?
No, man.
Man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode, man. Yo, hey, Childish Gambino. Ooh, I messed up his name.
Just call it.
Childish Gambino told us. He said, "Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke." Okay. That
was cool. That's about the door.
That was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
Y'all be good, man. Blessings.